See friends, what I discussed so far is three types of statement: empty, simple, compound. The way the statements are executed by the computer, it is called as flow control. How the execution style is there, it is called as flow control. How the execution is flowing from one line to another. It can be sequence in the sequential order, or it may be selective, or it may be iterative. Three flow controls are there: sequential, selective, or iterative. Selective, sequential, you can understand. All the programs so far, whatever you have written, all are using the sequential execution fashion only. Now, if you ask me, what do you mean by selection? Based on a given conditions, true value or false value, you will be taking some action. True means do this one, false means do that one. Such type of behavior you can incorporate in a program. Such statements, the statements that helps to do that is called as selection statements. In Python, in every programming language, you will find a statement called as if statement. Python uses if to perform selection. Please try to understand. If statement is an example for selection statement. You can use to solve problems. What is the behavior of if statement? There will be a condition in the if statement. It will evaluate to true value, or it may evaluate to false value, because when you are using less than, greater than, and or not operators, the result will be either true or false. True means one action will be executed, second action will not be done, it will be ignored. If it is false, action number 2 will be done, action number 1 will be ignored. So depending on the conditions evaluated value, the flow of the program is changing. With the help of selection statement, you can jump and you can execute some block. You can jump, you can ignore some block. All these things are possible. How you can do that? We are going to see now. Now, in a selection statement, what happens? If there will be a condition, there will be a condition. In this condition, it can be true or it can be false. True means do statement 1, statement 2, it is called as a compound statement. Action 1 is a compound statement. If false, do statement 1, statement 2, statement 3, another type of compound statement. Action 1 and action 2 will be different actions. It will not be same. Based on true value some action, based on false value some another action, or usually action 1 and action 2 will be a compound statement. Such a scenario can be achieved. Whatever you are seeing the flow chart diagram in front of your screen, this is the behavior of a if statement. If statement is an example for compound statement, and also compound statements in general we call it as, specifically if you in the context of flow control, in the flow control, if you talk about how the flow is working, in that scenario we say that the flow control is selection, selective execution. Why we say it is a selective execution? Because it selects action 1 and it is deselecting action 2 if the condition is true. If the condition is false, the action number 2 is done, action 1 is deselected. So selection and deselection is happening. That's why yes, Deepika, you are right. Could you please explain the similarity? Deepika, it will be helpful for others as well. Deepika, could you please elaborate the message that you are saying? Recent topics are having similarities. Rishabh, also I didn't get what do you mean? Syntax basic idea is the same. Yeah, yeah. Yes, you are right, Deepika. The condition for condition is it is you cannot say condition as a function because condition is going to be part of if statement and it is going to be a if statement and we are not going to use selection statement as condition. No function. It's different. Okay, let me move on. Let me move on. We apply decision making. What is the nature we are talking about is also I want to remind all of my students one fact that in a given batch the disparity between students about programming is at different level. Some students are comfortable with programming because they are coming from some programming background. As soon as we start a Python specific topic, there they will be giving more focus and the fundamental points will be easier for them to grasp. But many of the students in our batch, like Soma Shekhar, simply I'm frankly telling it is not anything harmful disclosing. Narasimha, Vinay, Somashekar, Gautami, Manoj, all of them are coming from non-programming and non-computer background. They are university graduates of various engineering and arts and science background and they want to enter into the world of Python. Yeah, now that's why I have to go in detail with them, otherwise they will not be getting what I am talking about. Okay, fine. Now, uh, now in your real life, where are you making decision? Where is this selection statement are used? As soon as you start writing the program, you can apply the idea and you can compare how you are using the statement. What is iteration? Iteration means repetition or looping. If you don't understand the word iterative or looping, just you recall the word repetitive. Repeating of statements depending on the same condition. As long as the condition is true, the compound statement should be executed again and again and again. Many times it will be executed and also it is called as looping construct. It sometimes we use the word construct also because instead of saying statement we say constructs because with the help of this statement only we construct programs. So we say selective construct, iterative construct, looping construct. You can use that word. It is a valid one. And apart from that, in real world, using loop constructs learning a table of any number, we multiply same number from 1 to 10. Washing clothes using washing machine till the time is over. Our school hours start from assembly to last period. Something repetition is happening in our life. Every day we are having some repetitions. Same thing happens. After every 40 minutes in a primary school, a bell is ringing. Repetition. Every 41st minute, every class will be having a new teacher. Repetition. So we say that in our real life, we also see not only the situation of selection, also iteration is also happening. That one has to be translated into programs. How to do that one? With the help of these statements. If you see the flow chart now visible in your screen, whatsoever may be, the simple thing is now, say for example, looping iteration, the condition can be true or false. As long as the condition is true, execution is going back. for all the students who are coming from non-programming background, please try to recognize computer programming execution not only goes line after line, line after line. The flow of the control can go back to the program. It is in the 10th line, it can jump to second line again. Such a situation is possible with the help of iterative statements. First you understand what is the syntax. With the help of programming example, clearly you can understand what are we talking about. Selective and iterative statements. As long as the condition is true, execute the loop body. Loop body means a compound statement. And again go back to the same condition. Again evaluate the condition. If it is true, execute the body. Again, the same action will be go back, test the condition, execute. Go back, test the condition, execute. As soon as the condition becomes false, come out from the iteration. Come out from the iteration means stop repetition. Come out from the iteration is stop repetition. This is happening in a iterative statement. That is the behavior. Selection is statement, iterative statement. And this is very important for us. And if you don't understand, it will be difficult for writing any useful programs. Before coming to the syntax errors, semantic errors, why we say logical errors and all, now runtime error we are studying, you have to understand that if you are writing any program, if you don't follow the rules and regulation of the Python programming language, so you are violating the grammatical rule. We don't call it as grammatical rule, we say syntax error. Sometimes also it is possible the meaning is not proper in your program. It is not going to give desired result. It is called a semantic error. You, instead of using less than symbol, for example, wrongly you typed greater than symbol. Program is perfectly running but the output is wrong. Probably it is a logical error. When the program is running, say for example, a numerical value greater than 0 is divided by 0, the result is infinity, dividing any number by 0. So computer will not handle such type of a situation. In that scenario, you are getting runtime error. Why we call it as runtime error? Because the program is generating error when the program is running. Yeah. Now, I will visit later the semantic and syntax and logical errors, runtime error, and how to do that exception handling. I want to jump start with the if statement of Python, because you need in the same session tomorrow also you have to try some of the programs using if statement of the Python. If statement Python is in many forms. We call it as if statement, but many forms of if statements are possible. If without false. That means false statement means it is also in some programming language. It is called a simple if statement. Only true means one block is available. False means there is no block. Another if statement is there. It is called as if with else. And the third form is if with elif. And please note, it is not a typo error in the third bulleted point, elif. Elif is shortcut for else if. In Python, we don't use else if like C, C++, Java. We use elif as a shortcut according to the syntax of Python. Not use else if. But in one form, else can be used fully. If you want else if, you have to use the word elif in Python. In C, C++ and Java, in almost all the languages, they are using else if. And some other form of if statements are possible, called as nested if. What do you mean by nested if? A statement which is nested. One if statement within another if statement is a nested structure. We are going to see that. Now, in a simple form, if statement in Python checks the condition and executes the statement in the condition. Now, if you note this pink color text, that is the syntax of the if statement. if condition colon statement 1, statement 2, statement 3 and several statements can be given. As if the condition is true, those statements will be executed. If the condition is false, nothing will be executed. That is called as simple if statement. If statement is compound statement having header and a body containing indented statement. Please recall that. Points to remember with if. There must be a valid condition which should evaluate to true or false value. Always all the compound statement heading will end up with colon. All the statements should be in the same indentation level. All these things are not a problem for you. Most of the time, because I am also coming from C++, Java background, most of the time I will not type the colon symbol in Python. But thanks to the Spider's auto correction, as soon as you type a heading, if you start a statement if, immediately Spider will recognize that okay, you are going to start typing a compound statement. You don't need to type the colon, automatically it will type for you. Just you press enter. Also, all the indentation work will be automatically, that punctuation work is automatically done by the Spider window. That is the Spider IDE, Integrated Development Environment. So you don't need to worry about that colon, this indentation and all. Please recognize indentation is, particularly I can say Rishabh, Deepika, you know indentation is nothing but compound statements of C, C++, Java, where the opening curly brace and closing curly brace is used to specify it is a compound statement. If condition, opening curly brace, closing curly brace. But here there is no such mechanisms in Python. It is not the syntax in Python. Indentation will help us to tell the Python that all these simple statements are together treated as a single unit. If it is multiple simple statements are treated as a single unit, it is called as a compound statement. Okay. Now moving on. Now, for example, I have written a simple program in front of your screen. You are getting a monthly salary of a monthly sales of a person. If the sales amount is above 50,000, he will be getting a bonus of 10%. And the bonus amount will be displayed as output. This is what we are doing. Here in this program, if you see, if sale greater than 50,000 colon, that is called as selection statement. If sale greater than 50,000 is nothing but a relational expression. The colon indicates that that is the heading of the selection statement. And after that, the next line is having some blank space indentation. After that, you start typing bonus equal to sale multiplied by 10 divided by 100. That is a normal arithmetic statement, calculation statement. And particularly we can say that sale multiplied by 10 divided by 100 is a arithmetic expression. The statement is an assignment statement. The next line is a print bonus statement. You can execute this program. You can understand this program. Now they have write a 2 number and print the largest number. We have to enter 3 number and print the largest number. How can you achieve that? Because I hope all of you sitting in the computers, can you do this and send me the program either in the message box or in WhatsApp, anywhere. I need particularly the program number 2. Write a program to enter 3 numbers and print the largest one. You may enter any number, but your program should find out which is the largest one. You can accept a number A, another number B, another number C. After that, using if statement, you have to compare all and you have to tell which is the largest number. How can you achieve this? Now, just for the information, the program is in front of you. Enter the first number, enter the second number. Large number is considered as n1. That is the way we approach the problem solving. If large is greater less than n2, we say that large is n2, that large number is printed. And similarly, if you are entering three numbers, you have to use two times if statement. It is assumed that n1 is larger and it is compared with n2 and n3, and accordingly the number is by comparison we find out the largest number among the three numbers and we print the largest number. If you go and if you try to solve by means of mental calculation, you can understand the logic behind the selection statement, whether that particular block is executed or it may be not executed. That is the case what is happening with if statement. And now if is with else statement. The syntax is like this. The green color bottom is if condition, if condition colon statements, else colon statements. After colon, whatever is available, whatever is coming, it is called as compound statement. After colon in Python, whatever you type, it is called as compound statement. Usually maybe one statement or multiple statements. All the multiple statement will be treated as a single unit, so it is called as compound statement. If the condition is true, the first block will be executed. The first compound statement will be executed. If the condition evaluates to false, the else block will be executed. You are right. If A greater than B and A greater less than C, yes, you can use that condition also. You can use. Rishabh, specifically, I think you are talking about the finding out the largest among the three numbers, right? Yeah. You can apply that logic. Rishabh, I am not going to the complicated conditions because some of my students may be feeling a bit difficult in the beginning. Later on, I hope they will cope up with that. In the later stage, I will introduce them the complicated conditions. Okay. Now, moving on. I have given one example program here. You can understand what is the program problem. Okay, Rishabh. If the age of the person is whether it is eligible for voting in the voting system or not. If a person is greater than or equal to 18, he is eligible to vote. If otherwise, he is not eligible to vote. Greater than or equal to means 18 and above. All the citizens of India with the age 18 and above can vote. So the purpose of this program is to ask the age of the person, and the value is referred by age variable, and after that we are checking in a condition whether age is greater than or equal to 18. If it is true, a congratulation message is displayed, otherwise a apology message is displayed. This can be achieved only with the help of if else. Action, alternative action. Action and alternative action can be taken and it can be executed with the help of if else. Please try to ensure if the condition is true, the congratulation message should be displayed, not the apology message. Apology message should not be displayed. If the person is 15 years, condition will become false. So obviously the congratulation message will not be displayed and the apology message will be displayed. You have to understand that is called as jumping. The selection statement is jumping the flow control from one statement to another things. I hope at this stage I want to check particularly I want to check Narasimha. Vinay has already replied. Gautami, Manoj, all of you able to recognize what I'm talking about? If and if else, condition, simple statement, compound statement, indentation. Yeah, fine, nice. Yes, nice. Now, I have given a list of programs here in this slide. First program is finding out whether a number is even or odd number. Whatever the program has been displayed in the slide now, all the program you have to solve with the help of if statements. Either simple if, depending on your requirement, and else if you have to use. enter the age and check it is teenager or not. And up to 19, a person is teenager. After that, the person is not considered as teenager. Accept the age and decide whether the person is teenager or not, or an adult. Write a program to enter monthly sale of a salesperson, give him commission. If the monthly sale is more than 5 lakh, then the commission will be 10% of monthly sale, otherwise 5% only. How will you solve this third problem? If you start writing simple problems and you start solving, and if you start composing the program, composing the proper conditions, condition requires composing proper logic also, and also you should know what are the statements should go in which compound statement. That is also part of logic, whether it should go inside the if compound statement or in the else compound statement. You have to decide. If you understand, then it is a very simple thing to go on and learn about iterative statements. And please try to accept a particular year like 2022, 2021, 1995, and find out whether it is a leap year or not. If you don't know how to find out a particular year is leap, just Google it out and find out the formula. And input any number and print absolute value of that number. What do you mean by absolute value? Absolute value means you don't need to specify negative value or positive value, just the absolute value. Just for example, a person is entering 50, you can display it as 50. If a person is entering minus 150, just you have to display 150. You don't need to specify the negativity of that value. That is called as in mathematics we say absolute value. So please write a program that can display absolute value for you. Okay. The next program is input any number and check it is a positive number or negative number. If a number is greater than, you know the logic in mathematics, if a number is greater than 0, it is positive. If it is less than 0, it is negative. And any number can be given to your program. The program should say whether the given number is a positive number or a negative number. For all these program, all these 6 program, if you are able to frame the logic and solve, it is not going to be more than 3 or 4 line programs each. You are comfortable with the if and if else statement. Not only that, you know how to compose condition, you know how to put the statements in which block, and you know what is the concept of indentation and simple statement and compound statement, etc. Moving on, I want to introduce you the next statement called as if elif. I told you our real life is not as easy as these things. Which one? The real life is not as easy as solving like if else. No, that is not the story. It is not ending up there. We may have multiple conditions, we may have lot of conditions, and we have to take according to some course of action. In that scenario, you have to go for a syntax called as if elif condition or if elif statement. If elif statement is also a selection statement. Just briefly, I will explain you the syntax, how it works. If you know these two things, you can start solving the problems. If condition colon statements, elif condition colon statement, elif condition colon statement. Like this, how many elifs are required for you? That many elifs can be added to the if statement. How it works? And also please note the last statement is not the last block is not an elif block. It is called as only else block. If condition, elif condition, elif condition, elif, any number of elifs. But the last block is else block. How it works? The syntax is in front of you. How it works? Now first if condition. True means that particular block, if block will be executed, control will jump to the next statement after the if statement, the whole if statement. Elif condition 2, 3, 4, 5, everything will be ignored. In case if condition false, it will go to the next condition. In elif, if that is true, that means statement will be executed. Otherwise, it will move on to the next elif. If that is true, that associated statements will be executed. Otherwise, it will move on to next block. If every condition is false, there is no condition at all true, automatically the else block will be executed. That is the behavior of if elif statement. Now you may ask, what is the practical problem? What is the practical problem that you can solve with the help of this one? And now you know that this is something, it is about physics, the topic of the physics. If you are not comfortable with this solid state, gaseous state, you know, in the state of gas, in the state of solid, in the state of liquidity, probably engineering student will be happy with the example, but all the students might not be. First, let me tell you this problem, and I will also take a simple problem. Enter temperature of water. Yeah, Vinay, I will tell you alternative example. Don't worry. And enter temperature of water. If the temperature is greater than 100, it means that the water is in the form of gas. If it is below 0, it is somewhat ice. I can say it is in the solid state. Otherwise, if it is not greater than 100, not below 100, 0, in between 0 and 99 means obviously it is in the liquidity form, liquid form. This can be achieved with the help of if elif only. This is one example. Now I want to tell you another example everyone can understand. I want to give 10th grade or your university grades are classified. If your percentage is above 75, you are distinction holder. If you are below 75 but above 60%, you are first class. If you are below 60% but above 50%, you are second class. For example, if you are above 40% but below 50%, you are third class. That classification of the students. Some universities don't agree this type of classification and giving class, first class, second class, third class type of words to students. Even so like Ashoka University, Azim Prem University in Bangalore, many students don't accept. But anyway, majority of the universities are classifying. So I am giving this example. If it is below 40, the student is something unclassified or failed student. Something you can say like that. If you want to solve this problem, I have the degree percentage. I want to tell what is the academic performance of the student, whether it is distinction, first, second, third, or fail. How can you achieve this? With the help of if elif alone can solve this problem. There is no alternative for you. Are of you able to sense what I'm talking about if elif statement? Vinay, are you able to make sense? Yes.
Sir, in case of we don't use else, we use if also another statement is okay, no, sir?
I can tell you, Vinay, I didn't experiment, but experts say that almost 256 elifs are possible. How many additional conditions are possible? Got it now, Vinay?
Sir, in case if a else statement without else statement, we use in the place of if statement, elif statement. They also answer is okay, no, sir?
Without else, only you want to use elif.
Yes, sir. Without else, we use print liquid statement. There we statement using elif, and then also print, no, sir, answer.
No, if you are using elif, you have to specify condition. Elif refers to else if. If whenever if is there, you have to specify condition. Only else means you don't need to specify condition because elif is having a condition, but else is not having a condition, right?
Yes, sir.
Now you got it, na?
Yes, sir. The answer will print automatically without condition.
Yeah, obviously. Why? Because all the conditions are false. That's why else is automatically executed. It doesn't require any condition. Why? Because our logic says that if all the conditions are failing, obviously, what is the meaning? The else false block has to be executed. Right, Vinay?
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah. Now, over time, if you have little bit confusion, yes, I know. When I start teaching students about Elif, little bit confusion always surface. And as soon as you start solving the problems using if Elif, definitely you can come to a conclusion that it is a very simple statement. Okay. Moving on. Now, uh, input three sides of triangle and print the type of triangle. Statement. This is also a statistics and mathematical related example. If it is all the three sides are there are three types of what it is called as triangles are there. If all the three sides are equal, equilateral, there is a different type of triangle. If it is not equal, exactly not equal, otherwise normally it is called as isosceles triangle. Now, if you don't understand this example also, you can avoid the mathematical example. You can go for business type of examples. This example is also quadratic equation solving example. Calculate print the roots of quadratic equation. And now, say for example, calculate the print and quadratic equation. There is a determinant. Determinant can be three possible. It can be greater than 0, or it can be equal to 0, or it can be less than 0. In the three possibilities, the roots are equal, roots are imaginary, or roots are not equal. There are different possibilities are there. If you want to solve mathematical quadratic equation problem, you have to go with the if elif. Now, whatever the example I have told you, that example is in front of your screen. This example program doesn't need any mathematical background, just you have to solve the problem. If the percentage is greater than or equal to 60, first class. Greater than or equal to 45, second class. Greater than or 33, it's not possible to say 33. So for the sake of problem solving, we are specifying third class, otherwise failed. Enter 5 marks subject and calculate total percentage and also division. For this example, you have to solve with the help of if elif. Enter and number of check it positive, negative or zero number. Because zero is
Okay.
possible. Three possibilities are there, and also the third one is a bill amount and discount amount has to be calculated. If the bill amount is above about 20,000, 15% of the total bill amount will be the discount. 15%. Above 15,000 of purchase, 10% discount. About 10,000 purchase, 5%. Otherwise, 0% of discount will be given. This also requires if elif example program. And the next one is ask the user payment mode and give the discount based on the payment mode. If the person is giving by interest based credit cards, usually they attract more discount. It will be 10%. And the next one is debit card. It is deducted directly from your account, which should be priorly available, and it is 5%. And if you are doing some net banking, it will be 2%, otherwise 0%. This also need to solve with the help of if elif. Like that, you have been given with 7 questions. Please go to, before going to nested statement tomorrow, you have to solve all the exercises so far that I have dealt. But before going to the concluding the class, I want to solve this first problem. First class, second class, third class, failed, something like that. I want to go with. Now you see, enter marks of 5 students and calculate total percentage and also division. And they are saying that division what percentage is given. but there is a ambiguity is here in the problem, because the problem is for a toy reason. They didn't give the full detail. What is the thing? First, you have to decide whether the student is pass or fail in the subject. Then only you can decide the division. But in the problem, we are not asking you to decide whether the student is pass or fail. Any number can be taken and any number can be calculated. And the purpose here is not to give a complicated problem. It is not that we are not aware of the problem. Yes. Now let me take this one. Let me project the spider window instead of this one. And I will write out a program for you where the calculation will be finding out the division of the student using spider. I am starting the program, and particularly if else is easier, but the difficult part is coming from Elif. Now easily, please observe the window. Please observe the window. Most of the time I am not typing the colon and all. Automatically it is typing. Automatically it will type the indentation and all. I start to type and you observe the window and you can understand. First, what I'm doing, I want to type a comment statement with a double quote. This program is to find the division of the student based on the percentage. Like this one comment statement. After that, I am taking three subjects. Sub 1 as a variable. I am asking the student mark. All the mark is thought that it is going to be integer. Enter subject 1 mark. Now I am asking as a input statement. This statement I can repeat for 5 times, 3, 4, 5. Now I am accepting 5 marks. Now because I need different names, so this is a demonstration program. So I am going to change the name of the variables. Instead of 1, I am putting 2, here 3, here 4, and here 5. Similarly, in the string value also, whenever it is displayed on the screen, I'm typing 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, so far, it is to accept the input value. You don't have any confusion here. Now, I can calculate a sum based on sub 1 plus. I want to copy paste this one also because it is going 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to be 5. This is going to be 4. This is going to be 3. This is going to be 2. If I add all the values, it is going to give sum. How can I find out the percentage? Per I typed a variable per. Sum divided by 5 will obviously produce the average. Now I have percentage. If you want, you can you can make it big variable. Now if percentage is greater than or equal to 60, print division is first. Now you see, I'm not typing the colon also. Directly I'm typing enter. Elif. Wait. Now if I just please note that I didn't type colon, I didn't type indentation, just I am typing enter. Immediately it put a colon, automatically it is auto inserted and indentation is created. Now after that, after this statement, I want to go for Elif. Elif statement is print condition. If Elif percentage greater than or equal to, according to the problem, say for example greater than or equal to 40, something you can specify. Print division is second. Division is second. Elif percentage is less than, greater than or equal to 33, something like this. Print uh, division is third, else print division is fail. Division is fail. Okay, fine. Now all this program requires your focus here. How I have designed this if elif statement depending on the requirement of the problem. Read the problem and try to understand this code. Now what I'm going to do, before printing this division, also I will print the sum of the value, sum of the student. Total marks is in sum. Print percentage is in per variable. Now you calculated and after that you did. All these things are required. That's it, the program. Now I want to run the program to find out whether there is any errors are available. Now it asks enter subject 1 mark. I am entering 60, second 50, third 40, 70, 90. It says that enter division is first. Division is first. Why it is not printing the marks? Division is first. Okay, fine. Sub 1, sub 2, sub 3, sub 4, sub 5. What is the error here? Sum equal divided by 5. Okay. All are int values. Sum is going. And divided by 5, percentage is printing. Let me run again. And I want to find out some output statement. Something I am missing here. I typed says non-valid numerical value. I want to type here 50, 60, 70, 90, say for example 80. Now are you getting something, some error happened, I don't know what is that error, because also in my background some what it is called as Anaconda is under update also. Now this is the output you are getting, my friends. Now what I'm saying, to explore and experiment, I'm copy pasting this whole program. You can see what is the input and what is the output in front of your screen available. This program I'm copy pasting in your WhatsApp. You can go through this program and you solve all the problem. When you come to the class tomorrow, you have to solve all the problem. Otherwise, the next topic will be difficult for you to understand. All of you got the program in your WhatsApp? All of you got the program in your WhatsApp? Yes, fine. And yes, Gautami and Deepika. And please ensure if you are facing any problem, immediately either the screenshot or the brief code you can copy paste. Okay, Somashekar. And you can copy paste. I can resolve whatever you are facing the problem. Don't leave at the point where you are getting errors. That will stop your learning. and moving to the next phase. And by the way, I want to stop here today's class. And as usual, I would like to thank my students for participating in the online classes. Vinay, Narasimha, Deepika, Gautami, Rishabh, Manoj, and Somasekar. And hope to meet you tomorrow as usual in a regular class. And we are going to see another complicated thing can be done with the help of iterative statement. If it is possible, go for a pre-reading through the PDF and come back to the class tomorrow. We will see that. Thank you.